Hi everybody, this is Chase with Texas Epoxy. Today we're going to be comparing two different metallic floors. This is a metallic floor, an epoxy metallic floor installed by a different contractor. And we're going to be comparing a metallic job done by others, and then of course compared done by Texas Epoxy. The first thing is we take a wide look at this garage, or this area, this clubhouse. You're going to see it looks pretty good on the surface, and that it does, but if you want to come take a look, there's a couple of things I noticed right off the bat, and the first is going to be these control joints. Whenever an epoxy contractor comes in to prepare, when you put coats on top of concrete, all the imperfections underneath are going to show. So it's incredibly important to get your prep work down, including cracks and control joints. And as you can kind of tell a little bit more on this floor, as we even get deeper in, you can see where they didn't do any crack repair, control joint filling, and it ends up showing on the floor a little bit unesthetically. And you can even see here an obvious pronunciation of a footer that was not properly grinded down or crack repaired. You know, not quite sure how this contractor prepped the floor, but it's a good chance he went for acid etching instead of diamond grinding, which is a quality sacrifice. Something else I noticed as well, this is part of why grinding and prep work is very important. At the very beginning here, the concrete contractors probably didn't do a very good job leveling the surface, and as a result, you have differences in concrete leveling. But because the epoxy was just put on top of this instead of prepped properly, you have a very unesthetic look to the metallic floor, and especially right by the main entrance. So that's going to be maybe a little bit of a turnoff for most people. And the one other thing I see as well is what I call comet streaks. Whenever you're applying these floors, you have spiked shoes so you can walk on the material while you're installing it. And if you look closely here, there's lots of areas on the floor that have these comet streaks that kind of interrupt the flow of the floor. And those are done by not going back over material after you've stepped on it with the epoxy shoes. So this is just small little quality details that maybe aren't a huge deal on the surface, but can really sacrifice the quality of the floor. Okay, now we're going to compare and contrast the differences of the Texas Epoxy floor. So the first thing I'd like to show is you take a little look at this garage. I can already see richer, deeper colors. That's because we choose to use more pigment and more material. So you end up getting a more deeper, richer quality look to the floor. One thing I'll pronounce real quick is, we make sure to have ourselves a clean lip here on the floor. So a nice seamless start to the floor itself. The other thing we're going to see here is a whole lot less comet streaks. You can even kind of zoom in on the floor a little bit, take a little look as we walk around here. There's a couple, but significantly minimized. I mean, this whole floor looks pretty much like a granite countertop, which is kind of what we really strive to do. As you continue to walk around here, you can tell that all the control joints are filled and properly prepped, so that way they don't show a finished product. There was multiple control joints on this floor, 2 footers that you can't even tell are here, and all you're left with is a clean, smooth floor, which is the end goal in a metallic project. So, hope you like our work. If you do, feel free to reach out at txepoxy.com or give us a call. Thanks for watching.